Hi, Karen Cray Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. Some weeks you just gotta keep it short and simple, so I'm gonna do my best to be as succinct and clear as possible this week. For the past month and a half, we've been dealing with some really intense emotional energies that have been highlighting our relationships and our partnerships. They've been highlighting our personal, more intimate relationships. They've been highlighting our community relationships. They've been highlighting the rules and regulations that we have been applying around our relationships, our contracts, our agreements. And it's all been up in our face. And for most of us, because this is a very emotional transit that's been primarily highlighted by Jupiter and Saturn, but other planets have been playing their role in this emotional soup that we've been in. We have all been really exploring our partnerships, our partnership agreements, our agreements with each other, even our agreements with ourselves. And we've been exploring whether our agreements have been, our partnerships and our relationships and the agreements we have in them have been really supporting our value and our values, and whether the energy that we've been contributing to our partnerships or been receiving from our partnerships has enhanced our sustainability, have given us the capacity to feel loved and cherished and supported and nurtured and sustained. And of course, for many of us, the answer has been, or my relationships are not reflecting my value, are not reflecting my values. And maybe it's been an opportunity for you to go back to your own personal drawing board, if you will, and ask yourself, are you standing in your own value? And certainly that's an essential thing for you to be doing. If you haven't had that conversation with yourself yet in the bathroom mirror, better get there shortly. Or it's been an opportunity for us to really have some heartfelt, heart-to-heart dialogues with each other, where we have really hopefully been honestly exploring, how do we feel in our partnerships? Are the agreements that we have really enduring and sustaining? Are the quality of the relationships that we want? And do we need to change the nature of the agreements that we have? All relationships grow. All relationships change, and our good, sustaining, loving relationships, those, as they change, sometimes we have to change the nature of the agreements that we have, the quid pro quos, if you will, that we have. And this big kerfuffle in the planetary weather has been encouraging us to have those vulnerable, honest conversations about these agreements that we have with each other. Now, there's a tendency for some of us to put it off because we don't like being vulnerable. We have maybe patterns where we have spent our energy keeping everybody else happy and not looking at our own emotional well-being. And sometimes when we put that off, it doesn't really get put off. We think we're putting it off, but what happens is the cosmos comes in behind us with a giant cosmic 2x4 and says, look, you're not doing your work. You're not standing in your value. You're not owning that unique, vital, and irreplaceable part that is yours to hold in the cosmic plan. You're not doing your job. You're falling short of standing in your own value. And when we neglect to have those vital catalytic conversations, sometimes the universe comes along and pulls the rug out from under our feet, not because we're being punished, but because the cosmos, the universe, love, whatever you want to call it, God, source, says, hey, you are worth more than this. And so because you're not doing what you need to do to stand in that value, we're going to shake things up a little bit. We're going to disrupt this pattern for you because you deserve better than this. And we want more for you. We want you to be fulfilling that place that only you can play in the cosmic plan. So this week, as we come to the end on Thursday of this intense emotional weather we've been in, we enter the week with the sun in the gate 51, the gate of initiation, the earth in the gate 57, the gate of instinct. That's part of the cross of penetration. It's a phenomenal energy that pushes us, whether we like it or not, towards truth. It's a phenomenal energy that if we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing, if we're not in our right place, pulls the rug out from under us and causes us to lose our balance a little bit because we're not supposed to get comfortable settling. We're not supposed to be comfortable allowing for less than what we really want and what we really deserve. And so If you have been putting off those difficult conversations, if you haven't been doing the work you need to do to get strong in your value, to get strong with your values, the energy this week really supports you getting maybe some uninvited help, if you will, from the cosmos. This is an intense energy. This is a really powerful, initiating, catalytic energy that promises, even as uncomfortable as it might be as we go through this, is going to push you into a place where you have the potential to connect more deeply with your value, to connect more deeply with your purpose, to deepen your faith in yourself, in Source God, to deepen your faith even in others, and to really do what you need to do to get yourself lined up, to take the right actions, to calibrate yourself, your life path, your direction, your narrative, whatever you are saying about yourself and your life story, to get all that in order so that you can begin to create the life you were born to live. That you can begin to create that vital and irreplaceable part of the cosmic plan that is you. It's an intense energy. It's an intense energy that, if you think about it this way, it's sort of like, that kid that, or maybe this was you, certainly was me, when you start to get a little bit like curious about what would it be like to jump off a diving board, and how we scoot up to the end and we stand on the end with our toes hanging off looking down, and we're like, yeah, nuh-uh. And we back up, right? We back up for a wee bit, and then we move forward, and eventually, if we don't actually jump, our big brother comes along and shoves us in, right? So think of the cosmos this week as being that big brother. If you don't take the leap, something's going to happen to initiate you into the leap. It's always a little bit better if you demonstrate to the universe that you are indeed ready. You are ready to take that leap. So even if it's terrifying, know that it's not the fear that's going to hold you back. It's the lack of action. Because if you jump, you'll actually transcend the fear into the next level, the next right step, if you will, to the expansion of your purpose, the expansion of your value on the earthly plane. So go up to the edge, let your toes hang off, look at that beautiful clear pool, know that water, even if it's hard when you hit it the first time, it ends up stinging for a minute, but then you will have mastered it. You will have taken the plunge. You might even decide, hey, that was so fun, I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'll do it from the higher diving board next time. And you'll get yourself aligned with that right place in your partnerships. I do want to say, again, this week is a big truth-telling week. This energy makes truth plop out of people's mouths, sometimes unsolicited, sometimes in shocking ways. Be prepared for truth. Take a deep breath, see where it lands in your body, see if it feels right or aligned for you. And take yourself to that bathroom mirror and tell yourself, remind yourself, you are a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event. There has never been anyone like you before. There will never be anyone like you again. Own that space. Own that place in the cosmic plan that only you can occupy. And don't settle for anything less. Have a great week.